Hello everyone and welcome to Feral Cat as a spirit guide. I'd first like to take a second to clarify the difference between domesticated cat and feral cat because their messages are actually pretty different. Domesticated cat obviously is a kitty that lives with you, but a feral cat can become a domesticated cat if the feral cat is willing. So in this case, a feral cat is one that, while it may eventually learn to share a room with you or eat out of a bowl you put down, it's never really going to trust you. So you may take it into your home, but it's still going to view you as something very frightening, and it's not going to be sitting in your lap eating kitty treats and purring, okay? So that's what I mean by the difference. If it's an animal that really is just never developing any form of trust, or if it's even just, packs of wild kitties roaming the neighborhood or whatever, that's a feral cat. So now, domesticated cat and feral cat actually have very different messages, as I said. Domesticated cat's messages are comparatively gentle. Feral cat's messages pack a punch. So if you find yourself getting a little uncomfortable and you're kind of going, oh gosh, some of these messages, yeah, this is stuff I do, don't worry about it. That happens. You can always stop the video, go back and think about it, come back and watch it again later. Just make sure you give yourself time and space. And some of these are pretty big messages to do with the amount of love we allow ourselves, with issues of trust, and these can be hard to process. So with that being said, there is one message feral cat gives us that is a little lighter. And that can be if you see feral cats wandering around and you don't feel any particular urge to, go after them and care for them. If they don't frighten you, they're just there. Then it may be that your life has become so routinized that you're even boring yourself. You don't feel like you have a spontaneous bone in your body. You wonder when you stopped having fun. Dear God, when was the last time you were out after 8 p.m.? Feral cat might just be saying, hey, look, it's time to do something a little wild, a little different than what you really do. Go have fun. That being said, this is not a blank check from the universe to go out and burn bridges. You want to be very careful here. Go have fun, do something wild, but make sure it isn't something you're going to be paying for afterwards. This is the time when you want to remember that you don't want an STD, you don't want an unwanted pregnancy, you do not want to be the next trending video of an epic fail on YouTube. So again, have fun, but don't just totally lose all of your logic here, okay? Alright, so on to the more harder hitting messages. The first of which has to do with trust issues. If you have feral cat showing up all over the place, it may be that you are in a relationship in which somebody is giving you quite a lot. They're giving you their love, they're giving you their affection, their time, their money, whatever, and you're not reciprocating. And this may be because you have been hurt so many times that you're afraid to give of yourself. You feel like they will take from you. It's the whole give an inch, take a mile thing. So if you give even the teeniest little bit, they're going to take everything you have and wring you out and throw you away. If this is how you feel, then you have some work to do around trust. Clearly, the universe is not entirely this unforgiving place you think it is, because there is somebody who wants to shower you with these things. And so you're going to start looking at all the ways in your life you're not willing to give trust and why that is, and start looking for places where people do want to love you, do want to take care of you. Look for things that you can trust. The other possibility here is that somebody is giving like crazy and you're not giving back because you are attempting to control them, to manipulate, to be in a place of power. And again, this often comes from having been in abusive relationships where we didn't feel like we had any power, where we felt like everyone was using us or making us feel horrible. So here we are, and now we can take and take and take and not give and make this other person grovel, and this makes us feel pretty good. If this is the case, the reminder here is that anytime you need to control somebody, you're not in control. If you are in a power struggle, if you're constantly having to reassert dominance, it means that deep down you don't feel like you are worthy of being loved or cared for or showered with blessings just because you are you, and that the only way to get these things is to actively create them. That is not safety, and that is not control. That is fear. So that's something you're going to want to look at. Why do you feel the need to manipulate other people? What are you getting out of it? and why do you need to get it that way? Now, feral cat also has a message for those of you who, when you see a feral cat, all you want to do is go take care of it. You want to get as many kitties off the street as you can. You want to love them to bits and pieces and give them beautiful, wonderful homes and feed them and, give them toys, everything. Make them feel special and loved and welcomed. Now, I need to stop here for a second and just let you know, this may come off as sounding as though I do not believe people should take care of animals, which is, there's nothing farther from the truth. Anytime you feel moved to care for another creature, it is a special, beautiful, wonderful thing. And I believe you should keep doing it for as long as your heart says that you should. So use your common sense here, guys. If you're caring for feral cat, feeling the need to care for these feral cats, and the messages that I tell you it represents mean something to you, then use that information. Use it to help your life, to heal yourself, to make things better. If it doesn't apply to you, then it may just be that you're one of those very special people who is here to care for animals like this. And you may not have any work that you need to do at this time. And if it resonates with you, use it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. So, on to the message for those of you who feel moved beyond almost any reason to care for these animals. If this is the case, chances are that growing up, you did not receive the love, the care, the safety, security, protection that you needed, usually from the mother, since we're talking about cats here. If we were talking about dogs, the absence would be from dad. Now, it can be from dad in this case. It is more likely that for whatever reason, your mom did not provide you with the safe, caring, loving, affectionate environment that you needed as a child. This may not have been her fault. She may have been ill. She may have died earlier in your youth, and so nobody was there to fill that gap. But if this is the case, this absence of love in your life is what you're trying to give to these animals, because you know how it feels to be out in the cold. You know how it feels to feel like you don't have security, safety, food, clothing, water, warmth, shelter, love, all those things. And so as you're caring for your cats, which is again a wonderful thing, don't leave yourself out. It is wonderful to shower these animals with love, but as you're doing so, you need to start looking at what in your life is missing. Is there a way you still don't feel loved? Are you still grieving over the love you didn't get as a child? These are the areas you're going to want to explore, and start doing small things for yourself. Buy yourself a special warm fuzzy blanket. Buy yourself a warm meal. Splurge a little. Again, take care of yourself the way you feel moved to take care of the cats. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, where you are, caring for this animal that is not giving to you, maybe you are caring like crazy for your family now. You're caring for all these people in your life now, and they're treating you like the feral cat, where you're the outsider still, and you're still being ignored, and you're not being cared for or looked after, and nobody is meeting your needs. So in this case, this would be the feral cat that didn't have the home. You feel like you are out in the cold with your family, like you're the outsider. You're outside, shivering, cold, hungry. Nobody's brushing you, taking care of you, and yet you are making yourself into a crazy person caring for everybody else. If this is happening, then feral cat has some very interesting wisdom to share here. You may not know, feral cats don't meow. They hiss. They will hiss to let you know, or let other cats know that you are in their territory. But most of their language is through body language, eye contact, things of that nature. Cats learn how to meow when they move in with us. Apparently that is how we sound to them, and so that is their vocalization. So when feral cat shows up, you're also being asked to look at where you don't have a voice, where you don't know how to talk to the people in your life. You don't know how to adequately express your needs. So this is the time to have a conversation, to think about what it is that you'd like to say to these people. Hey, I have needs too. I'm sick and tired of taking care of you people. How about meeting my needs for a change? Time to have that conversation. Again, do so carefully. but that may help you feel more at home, more loved, more safe, more protected, in the same way that you strive to do for others. Now, lastly, Feral Cat has a message to do with vulnerability, with feelings of victimization and powerlessness. And this is most likely to be the appropriate message for you if the cats that you are seeing frighten you. If they're in gangs, or you see them and you think they might be rabid or diseased, or they might hurt you, or they're scaring you. I had this experience with a pack of feral cats before, and it turned out to be actually life-changing. When this is your experience, you are being asked to look at the places in your life where you feel like you're being victimized, where you don't have any power, where you're weak, where you're vulnerable. If it's a pack of feral cats, you may be in an area infested with gang violence, in which case the message is, get out. If the universe is sending you these cats, they're saying, look, there is a way to get out. You are not powerless. You need to find it. You need to protect yourself. Otherwise, it may just be that you feel like the people in your life are all out to get you, that you aren't allowed to say no, that you don't have any actual power in a situation, which is not true. We all have the ability to say no. We are all special, wonderful, powerful individuals, and we can protect ourselves. We can take care of ourselves. And so if this is you, if you feel vulnerable or victimized, ask yourself why. Who's making you feel this way, first off, and why are you letting it happen? And what could you do to stop it? You may not be ready to do it. Some of us are not ready to say no or to put our foot down. But what could you do in a perfect world? And that will get you started with the healing process. See, you guys still with me out there? You haven't all gone under your bed to hide out for a little while? I did when the pack of cats showed up, so I feel your pain. Anyway, if you have any more information that you need, if you have any questions, you all know how to reach me. You can visit my website, which is www.ravenlightholistichealing.com. You can respond via comments to this video. You can visit me on Facebook at Ravenlight Holistic Healing. I see clients all over the world, and I am here to serve you, my darlings. May you all have a wonderful, very happy day. Cheers.